Hi everyone, welcome to Kat's Creations live on a Friday night, where tonight, thank you Boba, you're starting to do your thing again. We are going to be making a Halloween rail. I think I'm finishing up Halloween with this Friday so that I can work on July being fall and Christmas, prepping for the Christmas in July. So the rail today came from Shore Life Creations. She's on Etsy. It's Betty Spencer's the shop owner. So this is where you can order the rail from. I don't know if you guys have seen me. Come on, Boba, seriously. He's just like becoming obnoxious.
He's like,
it's becoming his like, no, go find Giles things. So I feel like I'm feeding an animal at the zoo, like a seal. No, like a seal or something. They're in a fish over there. So, where was I going? You may have seen me do a rail before, so we're just going to do this one for Halloween. We're going to pop some purples, some lime greens, which is a touch of orange, so I'm going to try to keep it black, purple, and lime green. What else? We're going to do a mix of metallic deco mesh with fabric mesh. We're going to embellish it with some styrofoam glitter balls, maybe flex tubing. We might have an embellishment or two. It depends on how the design evolves as we're building it, what we might add to it. So housekeeping rules: if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the bell in this corner, right? It's in this corner.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's in this corner, to subscribe. And then what else? Bell in the corner to subscribe. Am I missing anything else?
Like and follow.
Yes, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, you're just joining me today, make sure you let us know that you're new, where you're from, and we'll try to connect you with somebody in your neck of the woods or one of the members that happens to be here. A lot of times that's how connections are made. If you are watching this on YouTube, all the links for like where'd you get the sign, come on Boba, seriously. Okay, go that way. Go that way. Go.
Boba's shoe.
I know, it's like he never does this, and he's getting into this rhythm now that every time we do the lives, he's like, Papa.
You need the treats all.
Oh,
over here.
Yeah, you can take those. So, and we amp him up, we give him plenty of treats beforehand so that he just stops, but we've been actually over at the kids' houses today and doing a lot of renovations, so I think he's just needy, like, you've been gone all day and I want to come visit you, and this is a place where I can come visit you. So all the links for the YouTube viewers for the sign,
materials list.
Yeah, not the materials list, but just the vendors that we're using tonight will be in the description box below. Trying to think of anything else. Since this is a public tutorial, feel free to like and follow. That helps you know whenever I do a last minute live, and we do those quite a bit. And then feel free to share. You are welcome to share the video. I'm allowed to say the word share. It's completely in Facebook's policy. I see a lot of people who say, well, you're not allowed to say that. Yeah, you are. You just can't say share if you're trying to get people to enter a contest based on the number of times they share. That would determine how many entries they get for your giveaway. So just to clarify that. So Haley is my host for tonight. She's reading my comments. So she'll be relaying all your information. Do you have people joining?
Yeah, so Audrey Scott says hi, Darlene Fox says hi, Kathy Non-Clerk says hi, Wilhelmine Porter says hi, Maggie Sorg, Willie Sheffield, I'm sorry, I'm not saying it right, Beverly, Ronnie, Gail says hi, Carol, Libby Moore, Peggy Forbes, and Stella Bonzinski.
Okay. All right, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I kind of already have my my string for the hanger already kind of pre-started. I was doing that ahead of time, and then I'll show you how we're gonna go ahead and do it on the other side as well once we determine length. But this is a 12-inch round. I believe this will be about 20 to 22 inches depending upon what we decide to put on it. So we're gonna go ahead and start and wire up the rail, which, as you can tell, is a little bit different, but you're actually going to use this section right here for the top, and then this section right here for the bottom. So we're gonna put 5 pipe cleaners here, kind of spread out every 2 inches or so. And then we're also gonna do it down here on the bottom. That creates a place for us to go ahead and incorporate our deco mesh. And I'm just color coordinating purple and black. So I'm going to start these.
And we have some more people saying hi.
Okay.
So Ruth, we have another Gail, Kathy from, she needs where she's from, but Gail says hi from Sugar Land, Texas. That's cool.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah. Wendy says hello. Shirley Knight says hello. Dawn, Joanne from Wisconsin says hi.
Nice.
Different Gail. Gail Croft from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Ooh, I like that.
Eddie, Kim, Christy, Denise, Bonita, another Gail. There's so many Gails.
I know.
Is Gail a crafter's name?
I don't know. Is Gail a crafter's name? That's what Kaylee asked. Maybe.
Debbie, another Christy, and Carolyn Cody from Houston, Texas says, enjoy your creativity.
Nice.
She's new here.
Okay, thanks for joining. So as you can see, I'm kind of laying these out, and it is roughly about every 2 to 2.5 inches. So I'm just laying in my first 5 on that first rail, and then this would just give me a place to go ahead and attach if I want to use deco mesh or Jeep mesh or poly deco mesh. So there's the first 5. So I always put 2 on the very end right here, 1 in the very middle, and then just kind of space the other 2 somewhere in between the other ones. And then when I go through and add the ones on the bottom, I'm going to be going kind of like in between each of those spaces so that we kind of are filling in that rail area. So I'm just going to do this one. So much easier doing the bottom one. So I'm just gonna kind of do these.
Dawn says, she's already getting ahead, what color mesh are you using, and are they 10 inches?
Well, I am using 10-inch mesh, but I think I cut these to 12-inch lengths. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, is that gonna provide me enough coverage or not? So if not, I have all my supplies still out. And if we need to cut more to fill it, to make it more full, we can definitely do that. So right now they're cut to 12-inch pieces, and until you make them, you don't really know, because every single rail is going to be different, just like every single wreath design will be different. But I am combining. I am using a black fabric mesh with a purple and green high foil deco mesh, so it's going to have 2 different textures to it. I feel like I'm on a cooking show. It's going to have 2 different textures, fabric and then your regular deco mesh. So the regular deco mesh you can cut with the wood burning tool. The fabric mesh you have to cut with the rotary cutter. So I've created a space for 10 pieces of deco mesh, so we're going to go ahead and start adding those in. Obviously I'm going to put the black with the black, the purple is going to go with the purple and green, and I'm just going to do a ruffle method, because if you do anything else, it's going to kind of feel over the top. So if you want to add a bow, you're going to kind of fight with the curls a little bit. So this is fabric mesh. This came from Crinkle Designs. They are a small business that has their own website. So if you're interested in shopping with them, it's crinkledesigns.us. Will land you on their website.
And then Donetta asked, where are you getting your wreath forms?
These came from Shore Life Creations, so it's S-H-O-R-E Life Creations is the name of the Etsy seller that I purchased these through.
And she says, ruffle or cruffle?
These are ruffle. So we're gonna see. We're gonna lay them all in there and see if it creates enough volume for me. And then if so, if it's good and we're ready to go and I'm happy with the way that it looks, we'll just leave it. If we need to add any more, we can definitely add more to it and just see what it's gonna do. You don't want to put so much in there that you cannot see the bottom half of your rail. So that's why I have a tendency of going a little shorter. But you, by all means, if you're working with a thinner mesh, I would definitely add more. Like I would take these up to 20 inches if you have a thinner deco mesh. But the fabric mesh is pretty nice. I love the fabric mesh. So we shall see. So we're just going to squish all these in to the top. So this is my top rail. And then we'll go through and add them to the bottom. So there's kind of no rhyme and reason. You don't have to, like when we're doing it on the wreath, we do the finished edges to the center and the outside. I can try to do it this way, but in all honesty, I just kind of put them in there, and because we're just creating a base to add all of our other deco mesh or fabric mesh to.
Susanna asked, where did you get the rail?
Shore Life Creations on Etsy. So if you want to type that in there, Kaylee, it's just S-H-O-R-E, Life, L-I-F-E, Creations with a C.
.com?
No, it's at Etsy. So that's the shop name on Etsy. And she has quite a few really super cute designs.
Donata asked, where's Steve?
Steve is laying flooring in the kids' house. So they're trying really, really hard to finish all the downstairs flooring today. It looks so amazing. I was over there earlier today watching them put the flooring in, and I was like, man, I so wish we could do that here, but we can't. But I would. It's a really pretty gray wash laminate flooring. So, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm looking at it, deciding I might want to pop more purple in, so I might cut some additional purple and pop it in on top of the black.
I put the link for the shop in the comments.
Thank you. That's perfect. So I don't want to go too crazy, because you don't want to take away from the bottom, but I do want to make sure. Let's see, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just leave it like it is and then add our bows, our ribbons, our embellishments. So let's see how thick this gets. Let me look, because I'm so picky that way. Because I have a pretty big bow. Do I want to do more? Let's see. Let me pull I want to pull the purple back up on top of the fabric so I can see the purple and green quite a bit. I don't know, what do you guys think? Here's what it looks like right now, and we're going to add a big bow.
It needs more purple.
You think it needs more purple?
It looks too black.
You're like, it's too black, it needs more purple. Okay.
Do you need me to get, do you need me to get purple?
I already have it. I already have it. So you guys are going to get a demo in using wood burning. So go ahead and do this. It heats up really quick. So we'll cut probably 5 pieces of this and then add this in. Word of advice, make sure you use tempered glass. This is just a tempered glass cutting board. I got it at Walmart. It is I'm looking at the measurements, a 12 by 15 cutting board. Looks just like this. So one side has the texture, the other side does not. It's flat, but when you lay it on your cutting mat, you can see clearly the measurements as you lay them out. So word of advice, this gets extraordinarily hot. If you get a wood burning tool, you want it to be at approximately 425. No, we're doing this. I know you're like, should we do purple? Nah, we'll do the lime green and purple. Make sure it stays on the glass top. I don't forget what I was doing. I had set this here, I walked away, and I came back and I was like, something smells interesting. And believe it or not, I melted my cutting board. And it didn't smoke. It was just sitting there really nicely, quietly melting. So I used the chisel point so it looks like a little knife at an angle. So we're gonna do these at 12 inches. And what you do with your wood burning tool is you pick a row and then stay in that row all the way to the bottom. And we're gonna go ahead and do a grand total of 5. So it goes pretty quickly. As it gets hotter and hotter, it goes much quicker.
Wilhelmine asked, did you get that mesh you're fixing to cut from Kringle?
This mesh right now?
Yeah.
No, this came from, hold on a second, I'll tell you. I think it was Joann's. Yes, it was Joann's in what year? 2018. So this was Joann's Deco mesh in 2018.
And then Debbie asked, can you use any mesh with the burner? I don't think you can use it on burlap.
No.
Right?
Yeah, so like the fabric mesh that I have, the black, I cannot use it on that because it'll actually sit there and just, it will burn and it will smoke.
And create fumes that are bad.
So you need to make sure that you're only using it on the regular Deco mesh. So if it has like cotton fibers running through it, you cannot use it. You can just use it on the basic standard mesh, like the foil mesh. I'm gonna go put this over here for it to cool off so it stays on the mat. So let me go ahead and add these really quick over the black, and that'll give us some more fill. And then when we add our ribbon, it'll kind of tie that in much better.
I was just cutting Giles and my cookie didn't fall out of his fur. It was still stuck in me.
Oh,
So I gave it to him. It's the definition of a fat cat.
So now we're just sitting here adding these. I'm just adding these on top of the black so that we have more pops of that fluorescent color. And then you'll still have the depth from the black underneath it. So it'll kind of create a little bit of a lighter, darker contrast. So having your pipe cleaners color coordinated makes it much, much easier for you.
I have it zoomed in on your crinkling.
On the crinkling, the ruffling.
And then Kathy says, how many ties?
There are 5 on the top rail and 5 on the bottom, so a grand total of 10. And I just like how it's festive and full. So this added just the right touch.
Yeah, it looks much more balanced.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure. I'll put one more on this side. Right at the bottom. And then we will move on to a simple bow. So now it's much fuller. Full. Much more fuller. More. You can't use the word more and at the end. So much more full. Right. Or don't use the word more and just use more full.
Or
yeah.
fuller.
Or, yeah, it looks fuller. Right.
You should know this. You're a teacher.
Grammar.
You were my teacher for 12 years.
Please. Okay. So now with that being said, we are going to add a cute little bow. So because this has this little ghost here, we're going to incorporate some 2.5-inch ribbon just to add pops of him to the bow. And then we're also going to add a couple pieces to the end.
Wow, it looks exactly like the one from the sign too.
Right? Some yes, but then they have the overly friendly one that kind of doesn't look like that. So this 2.5 inch ribbon came from, I want to say Craft Outlet last year.
Alicia Carter is one of our top fans. She says, hey guys, wanting to make one of these. Can't wait to see it complete. It looks really pretty.
It's super simple to make too. So depending upon how thick you build your rail, it could be storm door appropriate because I think it's 1/4 inch plywood. So it depends on how full you add your deco mesh to that. That will determine that. So I'm going to go ahead and decide the length of my tails. And I want this one to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to do 12 inch tails so we get that full ghost effect, the scary, the laughing, and the not so laughing one.
Reminds me of the shorts, the old Halloween shorts that we used to watch.
Yes.
Like the ghosts, the kind of creepy ones.
Right? So this one's not, it's still kind of cute, so it's not overly scary. Oh God, I think I'm gonna have to do a couple more extra lives next week because I've got to finish up the Halloween signs I just got in. So look for some pop-up videos into next week.
You should make a lantern swag.
Oh, I know, I need to do that too. That's why I said I need to do a little bit more. So I'm doing 5.5 inch loops, and then I'm gonna give this guy another 12 inch tail. So they'll be a little bit longer on the bottom. You can make them super long and then go with a streamer kind of effect.
Got some questions here for you. Kathy Reinhurst asked, what would the price point of the finished product be?
Based on the stuff that I'm putting in this one, I'm gonna leave it at $75 for the price point. I'm trying to think of, it just depends on what you decide to add into it and how much. Like, are you going to use some plush? Are you gonna use some wreath attachments that would cause your door hanger or your wreath to go up?
And then, where did you purchase the mat?
Walmart.
The sewing mat.
Yeah, it's the self-healing cutting mat, which I don't think that's gonna self-heal anytime soon. The like burn that I did, I'm like, no, I think that's pretty much a permanent color. So I do have this jelly purple ribbon that I want to use. I bought these last year from Craft Outlet. I bought it in orange, black, and purple, so I want to incorporate this in the purple. And then we're going to add the check, and then I think I'm going to finish it off with the Harlequin print, which has just a touch of the ribbon in it, or we could go that. What do you guys think? I don't want to go overly big bow, so we just want to kind of keep it. Normally if I do a bow for the rail, I keep it between 3 and 4 ribbon choices. So what do you guys think?
And then Sherry, the mesh is cut to 12 inch pieces, but it is 10 inch mesh. Denise asked, can you successfully use 21 inches or 53 centimeters mesh with this method, but not with a rail with wreath frame?
With a wreath frame using 21 inch deco mesh?
It'd just be big, right?
Well, if you're not doing a rail and you're doing a wreath, then you're totally doing a different type of technique. With the 21 inch deco mesh, I really only use it to do poofs, bubbles, and the curl and weave. I would not use it to try to cut it down and try to ruffle it. You're just going to get way too much fraying.
And then Donetta asked, are you making loop wreaths this year?
Yes, I am. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, we need to do another loop.
And then Darlene and Donetta both say the orange, and then Candace says she likes the Harlequin. And then Rhonda says, Kat, do you have a business coaching club? If so, what is included?
Oh, my business coaching class. So it's all kind of rolled up into one. I was thinking at some point that I was going to separate that and kind of keep those entirely separate, but It's all inclusive, so you get 8 tutorials. As we roll into, from July to December, it becomes 8 full-blown like tutorials. Before that, it is from January to June, it's all business coaching on Mondays. And then Sundays are the additional tutorials. Now that we're transitioning into July, we've finished all the business stuff. It's all there available to any member who joins at any point. They can go back and walk yourselves through the step in getting to like where I'm at now. But now, as we're ramping into our busy season, it makes sense. We need to do what we need to do to build our inventory, build our shop. So that's what we're doing. Plus, you get discounts from all of our vendors that we have agreements with. What else?
Materials list.
Materials lists. Yeah, for all the public and private lives. So you would get all the SKU numbers for everything.
In the private group sessions where she makes wreaths, you guys get a different point of view over her shoulder, so it's better.
The camera angle's like right here or right here. I think it's right here because I have a tendency, if I was working with somebody, I would be this way, I think. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for bringing that up. I totally forgot, Case.
And then Rhonda asked, was the candy cane wreath done in your private group? It will be.
It will be this Sunday. I was asked by a private group member to figure it out and if I could teach it to the group. So I built the wreath and then I kind of reformed it a little bit based on the technique that I learned. It was a little thin, and so it depends on your price point, right? So if you're trying to ask a $60 to $65 price point, you've got to beef it up a little bit and make it worthwhile because you're really not adding anything additional to it except the sign. I'm going to show the private group how you can add a stick if you want to make it look like a true lollipop, and then you can add a really pretty bow to that. It just makes it something different to hang on your door. And because it is so thin and so flat, you can use it on storm doors, which is perfect.
For Rhonda, if you're thinking about joining the private group, the price is
$17 a month.
Or you can pay yearly. Right?
Yep, you can go to my website and you get 2 months free if you want to pay for the year in advance. So thanks for bringing that up.
Sherry asked, Kat, have you ever used a square wreath frame? If not, have you thought about using one? Would love to see a wreath made with one.
There's a couple people who have asked about that, and I was thinking, you know what, we probably should have really did it in the spring, but with everything that hit for the spring, like I would have liked to have done a home plate, like a baseball wreath, and kind of pitch it on an angle and turn it into a baseball diamond and do something that way. So it was just weird because with all the pandemic and everything hitting everybody so differently, it changed the whole dimension of where I think we all thought we were going to go this year. So we're using the purple jelly ribbon.
Looks really pretty. I'm going to zoom in on that.
Yeah. So this is, it would make for really great all-weather ribbon.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Huh?
It's like vinyl?
No, it's plastic. Oh. It's like, remember jelly shoes back in the day? Maybe Kaylee doesn't remember.
I didn't have those.
But yeah, I'll let you feel what this feels like. It's literally just pieces of plastic. But it's super cute for the idea.
What is the measurement on the green ribbon?
Green ribbon is, I will tell you. I was making sure that they're even. Okay, the bottom loops are 5.5, then it's 5, and then this is going to 4.5, and then we went 12 inches on this. I'm doing 10 inches here, and then 8 inches on the purple with the 4.5 inch loop. So I'm trying to make sure it's correct.
Kat,
and this is wired, believe it or not, too.
Kat is a really great teacher coming from her daughter who was homeschooled by her. She is the best teacher. I wouldn't have made it through high school, any school, without my mom.
Oh, thanks, Case.
And now she's teaching hundreds of people how to make really, really cool wreaths. And
do you want to see what that feels like?
I do kind of, because it looks like those purses that you find at Hot Topic that feel like that plastic vinyl.
It's just plastic. So, kind of like your plastic backpack, I think. Although this is gonna have to get secured with a rubber band and it just keeps unwinding.
Robert Bacon is watching.
Oh, Bacon's watching. Nice. I wonder if he's working at Cracker Barrel tonight.
Rhonda asked, if I join a private group, are previous private group videos available?
Absolutely. You get them all the way from 2018, which is when I started making the tutorials. So I think I just did the math the other day, and I want to say there's 85. There might be more. I think there's 85 just regular tutorials, and then there's the business class videos, and then there's just, we did a lot of Q&A. So all of those are still available. But what we've noticed is that when you launch a business class for the year, because technology is constantly evolving so much, your business classes are almost outdated every year. So while it's still fun to look through them, you as a business coach, you've got to update yourself with all the changes that are happening.
Yes, and her teaching is not like the Instagram pyramid scheme. It's how to successfully run an online business from your home using what you have.
Yeah. Thank you, Case.
Just so that way we're clear on what kind of business classes this is.
It's everything from taking you through the thought process of what we need to do, and then now, of course, with the pandemic, your business has to evolve. So thankfully, when you set up an online business, you're not impacted by people not being able to shop at your shop. So for those of you who are doing this, so we did 5.5-inch loop, 5, 4.5, 4, and then we did 12, 10, 8, and then this is 7 on the loops. And then that's where I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pipe cleaner in it, and then we're going to go ahead and secure it in the wreath. I wasn't quite sure if I really wanted to put a lot of orange in there, because that's another thing. We go over everything from color theory, deco mesh types, deco mesh frame types, how to know what? Oh no. Yeah, Chalk Couture is something different. Kaylee's like, don't forget to talk about Chalk Couture. It's like Chalk Couture is a little bit different. Yeah, it's Cat's Chalk Creations.
Plus, you get the whole community. So if my mom isn't, awake or is too busy to answer questions, the community helps out a lot too. But
yeah, they really do.
The private group community is great.
So I'm just finger fluffing this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the bottom middle pipe cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and just rotate this and make sure that I have enough twists in there just to be on the safe side. And then I'm going to push my pipe cleaner down towards the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then we'll go ahead and add the rest of our embellishments. So with rails, it's super simple because you just work your pipe cleaner down through your deco mesh to the bottom of the rail. I'm just trying to make sure it pops out where I need it to pop out. And you don't want to pull that all the way down, because if you do, you'll collapse your bow. So you still want to leave it fluffy. And then depending upon what you want where, you can bring all your tails down. Let's go ahead and pull all these around. We're going to pull our ghost to the bottom. And I just try to stagger, put different colors between different bows. And then just kind of...
I'm zoomed in on the wreath.
Okay. I'm just readjusting some of my loop sizes so that they're all done accordingly.
Lindy, the rail is from Shore Life Creations on Etsy, spelled like the seashore.
Yes, exactly. So let's go ahead and adjust.
Betty Spencer is finally here.
Yes, so Betty is here, so Betty can answer any questions you have.
And she does. She's
also,
Lincoln.
Yeah, if you're part of our private group, you get a discount from Betty as well. So those are the perks. And that, I think that altogether, if you just used it for the discounts only, would more than pay for everything that you need. Okay, see what happens when you bring way too much ribbon to the party?
Yeah.
You don't use everything that you bring.
I can take stuff back if you want me to.
Oh no, I'm gonna add some more pops of color. Okay, so I'm gonna add a couple more pieces of our ghosts. I'm going to do it off to the side and down here, but I'm not going to make them streamer size. I'm just going to add this. I'm trying to think of what color do I like the best. I really like the black and green, but we can also take some of these other colors.
People think that they like the orange because it makes it pop.
You like the orange?
Yeah. What do you guys think about the ribbon? What color should we add to make it pop?
Trying not to go too long on these tails, so I might just do a hand tie instead. So let me look at these as far as the lengths go. I might add this to the side. I think I will. I think I like him. So let's see. Tails are about 8 inches and the loop size is about 4. So, because I want it to stay.
Yeah, a lot of people saying orange. And then Rhonda's asking, where did you get the jelly ribbon?
Craft outlet. And that's exactly what it's called, is jelly ribbon. So who would have ever thought, right?
Yeah, it feels really weird.
Plastic. It literally is plastic. Okay, let me try popping the orange on top of this. So I'm just making some small little bows. And I just have my bow dabber there to hold it because I want to add this. Just a short little simple one.
And then Gordon is saying, hi Kat, we are under severe weather through tomorrow, flooding, hail, severe thunderstorms, high winds, power outages, been raining so hard the past hour. We can hardly see across the road. I wish I was there.
I don't know. We always say that because our weather here in California really never changes.
I'm sorry I'm not Steve. I know he's such a good host, but he's helping me put in the last of my flooring for my house so that way that can be done and
yes,
finished. He'll be back next week.
He'll be back Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do need to dovetail this, so don't forget to remind me. I don't even need to use my pipe cleaner because I'm going to actually add it to the pipe cleaners that are on my rail. So I'm going to go ahead and use the end ones to kind of fill those out. And I'm not going to completely cut them all the way down. I'm just evening them up, and I'll show you what we're doing. So let me fan these out. Rails are so much fun because it's such a small space, so you don't have to do an awful lot to get really awesome results.
This looks so cool as a nail color, this purple jelly ribbon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I need to dovetail this one.
Donna says, my house next. Tell Steve I will feed him taquitos.
I'm sure between them both.
Are they handmade or the ones from Costco? I mean, both are good.
You were raised on Costco taquitos.
I was also raised on the fries and tater tots. Those things are the bomb.
So we're doing this one, trying to keep them both relatively the same. That makes sense, because then at the top, when we do the bow at the top for our door hanger, we'll pop the green and the black in that one.
And for Miss Rhonda, if you have any other concerns, this is a homemade business, so you're helping support local business. Customer service is great. You will never get put on a automated hold where there's a computer voice that you have to wait on hold for an hour. I've been through several of those this week. My mom's got the best customer service. Any questions you have, she will do her best to answer them.
I think that's one of the perks too about the private group is the availability, because the group stays small. There's that availability if you need help. When you need help, you don't have to wait. Like, you don't have to wait till next Friday's live or next Sunday's live or next Monday's live. You can just message me right away. And I try, much to the detriment of my husband, I try to be available as often as I can be. He would like to see me take more time and not be so active. But that's why we have mobile phones, is so we can always answer questions or help.
Yeah, but Dad's want to talk.
Huh?
So yeah, but Dad's want to talk.
So there's this one. And let me dovetail this one. This is white. Like, if you can do the hand tied, sometimes just having the bow dabber there that you can slide everything into to hold it just makes so nice.
The other thing you have to be careful about on the yellow ribbon, I just noticed, is that you can really easily pull the wire out.
Yes, you can. That's what happens if you're playing with it.
That's cool.
Okay, so we are adding these, and it's kind of nice because it makes for a little finished edge, I guess. So we'll cut these down as well. So this is why I said I'm not cutting my pipe cleaners off. I'm going to be using them so we can put the little glitter balls on them. But now I have to position my ribbon so that it's right side up. Kind of like how we have the other side angled off to the end. We need to do the same on this side so that it looks like that.
Ooh, that looks so cool. I'm going to zoom out.
Okay.
I had it zoomed in for while you were doing that.
Okay. Just let me know when you're done.
And Donna said, I also learned how to make masks from Kat.
Yes, you did. Who knows, that skill might be coming back around, although I'd really like to see it just kind of go away for a very long time. So, with the existing spaces in our wreath, this is where if you were doing something that had a little bit more of a floral to it, you could add touches of floral in it. When we start getting close to fall, we'll be adding pine picks, or like the autumn picks will be added in there for more, like bring that life back into what's going on at the bottom. So today we have options. We could go with, let's take these out. I do have a tinsel glitter. This is flex tubing. You can buy the whole thing like this at Craft Outlet. This is the purple, lime, black, and orange. So it has all the colors all rolled into one. Or we could just break that up into lime green, purples, and blacks.
And I'm with orange though.
This really pops the rest of those colors through
I agree. What do you guys think? Should we go this route? Or should we go this route with the black? I have black too. So I do black, purple, and lime green. Because we're kind of getting down to finishing this up. So we've added our double bows. And then we'll have to do our hanger, because we do a hanger bow up here. And then we'll add our pops. While you guys are figuring that out, I'm like looking at how deep do I want my pipe cleaners cut.
Because it takes a while with the delay.
Yeah. Donna, this is the first one. I'm guessing that would be the orange.
Yeah, the one that has all the colors added in.
I'm sorry, guys. I have a quiet voice. For saying that. They can barely hear me.
Oh.
It's because Mom taught me that there's an inside voice and there's an inside voice, and that's about it.
Well, and Dad talks I think he's used to talking on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
All the time, so he projects quite a bit.
Well, I have everybody telling me all the time, you're too quiet, and I just feel like when I'm talking like this, I feel like I'm yelling at people.
You're like me. So I'm just adding.
Everybody says the multicolor one.
Multicolor? Okay, yep. Look. This is what we're going to be doing on our bows. So with the leftover pipe cleaners, we're going to be popping. They have these that come out seasonally. So like this color, I think this is out now at Hobby Lobby. This is their fall. So it has the brown, the lime green, and the orange. So by picking up all the seasonal colors, sometimes when you're looking to just pop certain colors, like they have a steel, they have like the black, they make them in black, they make them in kind of like it's disco ball like. But I like the flat with the sparkles. And then Hobby Lobby now is starting to discount out all their.
Yeah, I zoomed on the wreath.
Sorry. They're clearing these out, so I don't think they're going to be selling them anymore. So if you go back into their party section, you can buy them by color, and then you can I use just the Glad containers and just fill them up, and then I usually add my the labels that come off the bag. Like I would take this, fold it in half, and tuck it in there, so I have the SKU number should I need it.
Can you lay the multicolor one next to the wreath, the twine thing?
Oh, this?
Yeah, so that people can see.
So like that.
Nathan says hi. This is from Donetta, and says he misses Steve.
Aww.
Everyone, this is Dad. This is the Dad's Creations and More.
No, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna use this. So I'm gonna do, I usually do 2-inch loops with 2-inch tails. So I'm gonna do a double bow. So there's like 2 loops on either side with a long bow. And I'm gonna tuck these in. I might need to do bigger ones. Let me look at this one. I think I need to do bigger because they sit down in there a little too far. So we'll go bigger. I'm just so not used to doing big loops. So we'll try it this way. Let me show you what it looks like. So I just come in and I lay this right on top of our pipe cleaner. And we'll twist them.
The Nevo's having issues with me.
Why?
Just is.
Is it freezing?
No, it's not freezing. It's just every time I try to zoom in, it'll zoom all the way out like really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
So then we're going to take our styrofoam balls and we're going to stick some of them on there. So then it adds just those little pops of orange down in there. And I can do it up here. So we know that we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the bow. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's got to be a couple. I'll figure them out as we're getting to them. They do come in different sizes. So you can decide if you want the big orange or the small orange. And then I will go back and actually glue those in. But I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me glue them all in. So let's pull more out. 1, 2. Let me see how big these loops are. 3 inches. So I just took them up by a little bit more. But it adds a nice contrast and another sparkle to there. 3, 5. Let's cut this down a bit. Let's add some of these black. Some black ones too. Let's add this. Kind of like a magenta color. these in here too. It matches the purple. So let's take this one off. And they just pop right on your pipe cleaners. So again, just to add more color, tie all the colors in. Eek, that's like a 4-inch bow. 2. And I love having the tinsel pipe, the flex tubing available because it's perfect for adding pops of color without having to break down and dip into your ribbon.
Also looks good when the light hits it too.
Yes.
Some shimmer.
Yeah, you could totally add lights to this, battery operated lights. Yeah. I would just add them before. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to incorporate something like that because we have not done any lit ones for Halloween yet.
Well, you'll have to make some more Halloween wreaths and anything you can find on 2 ways.
Let me find some more black. We'll add a pop of black in there. And then I know I have, I'm trying to find all my, there's 4, there's 5, I think there's 1 right here in the middle. 1, 2, 3, let me look.
So while Mom's doing this, what do you guys do for Halloween? How do you guys celebrate Halloween? Do you guys do trick-or-treating? Do you guys stay home and watch movies?
What do you think is going to happen to trick-or-treating this year?
It better come back. It's on a Saturday and we get 2 more hours of a full moon. I really want to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, but I think they've said that the Spirit Halloween stores are not opening this year. Which just leads me to wonder what's going to happen if this kind of comes back and Halloween is just something that, yeah, Halloween's canceled for this year.
Well, they pretty much canceled Easter. That was crazy.
That's true. I just kind of see that as looming on the horizon.
Donna says, I made a bunch of candy cane wreaths last month to get ready to sell. Have you had any problems with people stealing your wreaths from your door? We zip tie our wreaths onto our security gates, so that way it would take you a while and we would be able to hear it.
Well, we live in a neighborhood that would pose a problem, which is why I can't have those really nice welcome signs and how people elaborately decorate their whole front porch. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, we just recently had somebody steal a couple of lawn lights.
Yeah, they stole the tops off my solar lights. So now I can't have solar lights in the front unless I want to pay to constantly have these replaced over and over and over again.
And then Faith says, we don't celebrate Halloween, but some in my family do a Halloween night at church. We used to do those.
Yes, I like those at church.
And then she said she just found out today that school was pushed back from starting August 3rd to September 9th due to COVID. Are you guys going to be doing the Zoom classes?
There's a lot that are doing half, they're doing hybrid, they're doing half
like a church
online,
school?
And then, no, like they go to school so that they can stagger grades and stagger students. So they go to school some days and then they go to online classes the other days. So, okay, let me show you. We're all done with our foo-foo pipe cleaners.
That's really pretty, Mom. And
I do have, I don't know if these will work or not. You guys can tell me. Go ahead and pop these out of their little respective.
Then Rhonda says, Kat, have you ever had or thought about a retreat?
I have, but I think I would want to do it with a whole bunch of other people.
Like a crafting retreat?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking, look, wouldn't this look cool on the rail, right? If we incorporated this guy. Of course, he'd go in there a little bit lower, but it almost seems like he would pair well.
What do you guys think? Ghost or no ghost?
Yeah, ghost or no ghost. I have 2 of these. So they're just little foam flat ghosts. So they would just kind of stick in there. He'd stick in there, I think, a little bit more.
I don't know, he seems kind of creepy.
What do you mean he seems kind of creepy?
Well,
There's
creepy.
this one here, though. He's just as creepy.
No, the one on the side looks cute. The one on the phone thing looks a little dirty. That's just me.
We'll see. We'll see what y'all say.
Kathy says yes, ghost. Debbie says yes, ghost.
That's close too. Sorry, Kaylee. I think you're outnumbered.
Alright, it's fine.
So let's cut him down a bit, so I can actually put him where I want him to go. So he's actually just going to join my pipe cleaners here. Thank God I had glue gun on foresight. Well, that was to come back in later and glue all the styrofoam balls back on. But let's go ahead.
And then Denise says get like a ring doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we have one of those. Everybody in our family has one of those now.
Oh yeah. But sometimes, here's the thing, sometimes they don't always go off.
No, they don't.
They're not 100% foolproof. So we're just gonna hot glue him.
Alright, everybody's saying yes, ghost. Ghost, 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 yes, ghost. Ghost looks great.
Okay.
I'm outnumbered thoroughly.
We're just letting the ghost dry. So while he is drying in place, so he doesn't lean, because we just are adding him directly into the pipe cleaner down here on the bottom, kind of wedged into the mesh. Let's make sure he stays right where I want him to go. So I'm going to give him an extra squirt of, and I use Gorilla Glue in my glue gun, because I'm always asked that question too. What kind of glue do you use? Gorilla Glue. So let me show you how you're going to add your string. So I bought clothesline string at the Dollar Tree.
I'm gonna zoom in.
And so when you cut it, you could either A, make bigger holes in your board. Let me kind of finish this one off a little bit.
Where's your lighter?
I have it right here. I take the lighter, usually I had Steve do it last time, but I need it to be to a point so that I can get it into the hole in my sign. So I just take this. Not only that, it keeps it from fraying.
And it's not 100% cotton, which is why it's not going up, but there's plastic in it which melts and creates a fine point.
So I kind of let it cool a little bit, and then I kind of just form. I know they have those silicone tips, that's what I need to get.
Yeah, Betty says you can put tape around the end.
Yes, so I usually just, it's like what we do when we cut anything. I just form it to a point, and then I can bring it all the way through to the other side. Because I don't want it unraveling as well. Okay. I was going to do the whole tape thing, but let me grab my
Where's your
pliers.
skewer?
Huh?
Oh, I put a skewer.
No, needle nose pliers. I need to do it this way.
And then Catherine says, hi from New Orleans.
Wow.
Sprinkle.
Thank you for joining us.
I love the colors. Very cute.
Okay. I might need to. This is what happens when you do detail work all the time. Your ability to grasp things with your fingers wears over time. I got the first one through like no problem. Let me melt it up a little bit closer. So where it's fatter, I can get that part to melt down. Okay.
And Betty says, and I wouldn't recommend enlarging the holes, the wood will splinter. She says, I know that from experience.
Which means that she's done that. So yeah, and then it goes right through. Okay, so that's the key. Make sure that you bring it all the way through. When I hang them, let me take this one off the door so I can show you how I judge distance. So, it's entirely up to you where you want it to hang. So this is a standard 36-inch door. So if I left it here, here's where your doorknob is. And I like to put a bow here at the top. this to me seems a little low. So what you can do is go ahead and adjust it to where it's at the height where you would like it, and then from there, like I'm happy with that one, like he stayed now too. We're just gonna go ahead and put a knot on the back, and then I'll cut that off, the excess off. And then I'll go ahead and knot my twine again so it doesn't unravel while it sits outside. Where did I drop, Case?
I think over here.
Okay. So that'll just take all that piece. And now I've got it secured. So now we've got to make a bow for the top. Here I think I'm going to kind of keep it simple. I don't want to put the big old 2.5 inch ribbon at the top. I think that would just be a little too overpowering. So let's do the green and black. And then we will add our Harlequin. So these ones have to be smaller because they're just accent bows. So I'm just kind of doing them by hand, and then I'll tell you what the dimensions are. But sometimes I just do them based on where I kind of think that would be. That's really pretty, I like that. So this is going to be 5.5 inch tails with 2.5 inch loops. So I will use my bow dabber just to hold this. And then we'll go ahead and add the plaid, the Halloween plaid.
Yeah, I like the orange and purple. That's my favorite.
This was a new ribbon that just came out from Kringle Designs. So this just came in my unboxing I just did yesterday, where I showcased this ribbon. And I don't know if they still have it available because they were selling out of a lot of stuff. Okay, let me go ahead and put this in, and then this way it's easier to do your dovetail cuts. Okay. Let me take my glue gun and move that. We'll go ahead and secure these together. What do you guys think of the design so far? Do you think it came out okay? 4, 5, and then I'm going to cut my pipe cleaners down because I don't need them super long. We're going to add this to our string. One, two.
Crinkle was out of the Halloween ribbons a couple weeks ago. Kathy says I love it. Betty says she loves it.
Nice. Okay, good. Then it turned out okay. Sometimes you're just never sure. You're like, okay, this just has a lot of all the Halloween colors I think you can think of. So let me show you what this looks like when we put it all together on the door.
Looks so cute. I like the little bow.
You like the little bow. That's why you can't put you can't go with a big bow on there.
Always.
And so I have a hook on mine, so I try to get it to sit back there.
Alright, we're going to zoom in on the wreath.
So I'm trying to get these to stagger. So we have everything situated. And there you guys. Oh wow, that seems like, when I looked, I was like, I'm so used to things being up so much higher. And so yeah, I was like, I expected it to be up here, but this is the difference between the rail, is if you wanted it hung higher, you can always make the adjustments and just pull one of the other sides and bring it up a little bit higher if you want.
I like it. If you stand back, it looks like a witch's hat.
What do you mean?
If you look back on the shape, it looks almost like a witch's hat the way it's.
That's what's different is everyone has a different perspective. Like when I did Caitlin's heart rail, the bottom, by the time we had finished, not only was this in a heart shape, this had also formed a heart, and we had streamers all the way down. So yeah, I can definitely see where Kaylee's saying it kind of does form a witch hat. And we've got to get into witch hats as well. So we might be pushing it out one extra weekend. So what questions can I answer for you? Again, the frame, the rail came from Shore Life Creations. You can find her on Etsy. The ribbons, except, let me see. This one came from Crinkle. This one came from Crinkle the Ghost, and this, the purple, came from Craft Outlet. I'm trying to think, and then the little balls that we used that I will be gluing on once we finish our live. You just pull them off, put a little dab of glue on, and push them back onto the pipe cleaner, and then they become a permanent fit. Hobby Lobby for those. Sometimes Dollar Tree carries them, but it's a hit or miss. Some people are saying they're easy to find, and other people are saying they're having a difficult time finding them. So if you know you want a particular color, go to Hobby Lobby while they still have them available. Go back into the party decor section and you can find them by color, or check the seasonal aisle. That's how you can get the fall. They should have black and orange for Halloween. And then for Christmas, it'll be every single color you could possibly think of.
Where'd you get your Deco mesh?
Deco mesh, well, the purple and lime came from Joann's 2 years ago. And then the black fabric mesh came from Crinkle. So, anything else?
No,
as far as questions?
Very cute, makes you wish for Halloween, adorable. People just say that they love it. They can't wait to buy signs from Betty.
Nice.
And Sherry says, Betty, I just checked your shop and love many of your signs and rails. I will be ordering from you. Kat, thanks for showcasing Betty's shop.
Oh yeah, and here's the nice thing about Betty. If you find a sign that you want converted into a rail, just message her and ask her if that's a possibility. Because sometimes you find a sign that you like and it may not be one of the ones that she has listed for a rail. Just message her and ask her if you could take that and have that put on a rail. I think she works with you to see if that design is going to be compatible that they can do in a round. And then don't forget Sunday, private group members, we're making the peppermint candy wreath. So I will be teaching you how to make this on Sunday. So I know you guys are super excited about that. We're gonna do a red, white, and green one. But these are so versatile. You can use them to make like the swirly, like, what are they? Like
Lollipop?
Lollipops with like the rainbow colors and different things. So I will show you how simple it is to do. And if you're interested in joining, just go to the website, KatsCreationsNMore.com. Scroll all to the bottom, or all the way to the bottom, and it gives you all the details about how to sign up. And other than that, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. You just slide the bar.
What do you mean slide the bar?
There's a red dot.
Oh, okay.
You just slide it close.